Okay, all right. All right, so we are continuing from the visualization here again. So now let's come back to our next pivot table, and we are going to create for the regions, right? And look at how we can visualize the, okay, the regions over here. So now we are looking at the items as stock and the units sold for each and the amount sold for each. And always make sure that your analysis is very interactive. When I say interactive, what I mean is that whenever you put a cursor on each of the items, it should be able to display, or there should be a pop-up action giving further summary of that, right? So if I put the mouse on the first sum total for Bender, you could see that the value is the same amount we see there. And on the row, the item name is Bender. And the column, we have the sum total. This is what we call interactivity of data visualization, right? To be able to tell a good data story, your analysis should be always interactive. So you click any part of the data and you come to insert. So now we are using recommended charts because we are beginners. So we may not know which diagram to go for, which chart to go for. But after today, tomorrow, I'll share videos of how and when to use each of the charts. So when I come here, now there's a column chart. Give me the sum of units in blue color and sum of the total sum in is it gold or something, yellow color or something like that. So let me come to bar chart. Bar chart is also giving me similar thing, right? Easy to read, easy to understand. Let me come to pie chart. Now on the pie chart, how do I know this for Bender, this for this for Dex, right? And now we have how many items here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And before you even I share videos of that with you, we don't use more than 5 items for pie chart, right? That's technically. If it is more than 5, you either use a map tree or bar chart. But for this case, what chart are we looking for? We are just looking at the one that will help us to really understand the data. So maybe let's try and use this because we are using recommended charts, right? So, here, said whenever you have it like this, the first thing to do is to click on your plus sign over here. And you look at what you have. What do you want to see? And what do you want to display? Now, you want to see the axis over here. Remember that whenever you take the axis out, you are also taking the list of the items out. You're taking the list of the items out over here. So you take very note of that. When you add the axis title, you are going to indicate that this is items and this is the what? The amount sold over here. Now, if you add a chart, a title, a column title over here, meaning you are naming this whole visualization, right? And if you add a label over here, you are a table over here, you are giving further summary of the table we have over here, right? If we don't need this, you can remove this and always remove your grid line, and your legend. Your legend here is giving us indication of what the blue color means and what the yellow or the orange color here means. So if you're cool with that, right, we look at it. We don't need the trend line over here. So now, if you want to add the values, the data labels over here, this data labels looks clumsy, right? For this type of visualization. You could see the other one, it was quite cool. But for this, it doesn't fit, right? It doesn't fit because of how they are separated or scattered, right? So to tell a good data story, then if we need a chart, then we can say maybe item sold, okay. Item sum total, something like that. Then over here, you can say items. You can say items, and here you can say amounts. Amount over here. So now we have our items here, we have our amounts here, right? Please, you can see this is a small I. We should be very careful about the spellings and whatever, because this is just an example, right? So when we come here, if you want to do any further design or analysis, you come here and you do that, right? You come here and you do that. However you want it to look like. So you can see this one is also cool, but you ask yourself, is it good to do it as a specialist or as an analyst, right? So always any design you come for, you come back to this plus sign and you make sure you remove all irrelevant features, right? Irrelevant features you think you don't need or it's not necessary in your analysis. So here we also have this, and now you can change the background of this one, right? You can change the background of this. You come to design, right? You come to design, and now you can change the entire color. You come to format. You come to format, and you remove this, right? You remove this. So you can see that now this is transparent, right? This is very, very transparent. So when you leave it here, you see the Excel sheet itself, right? The back is transparent. So if you want to color, you can't. So maybe if you want to use a picture as your background, you can come here, come to select file. So maybe you can go and select a file from your desktop. Let me try and select any file here. If I have any picture, I don't know what this means. I don't have any picture that I can use though, but what's this? Let me look at what this means. So you can just use any picture. Okay, hey, this somebody's face. So let's use this same picture to see something. All right. So maybe if you want to use your company logo or something like that, right, you can use it as a background picture. And now when we scroll it, we can see that the picture is at the back of our visualization. But in this case, we don't need this over here, right? We don't need this. So we take it out. So you can use the same shape fill to design the background, right? Design the background if you so wish. It's not the best, right? It's not the best because I'm only looking at how we can understand this. And now we can come here and change everything to white. No, I'm not changing the background. I want to change the entire thing. I don't want to change the background. Okay. I don't want to change the background. So I'll come here and change the entire thing to white, right? White. And I'll bold it. Only if you want to change the background, right? Or you think changing the background will help you. You just come to your normal font size, font color to change everything. Right? Only if you are interested in doing that. Okay. And if you want to change this to, you highlight on it or select it, and you change everything here. Right. That's only if you so wish to do that. And now from here, maybe you are done with your visualization and you think it is cool for you, right? So please let me still be more on the interactivity, right? So any bar you point your data on, it should give you that interactive feature to display further information about the table. So whoever you give it to, the person will just click or put them a cursor on it, and the person will see the sum total, the value, the category of it right over here. So maybe I don't need this. Let me take this out. I want to take the background out. I want to take the background out. But if I take the background out, it looks like I'm not okay. This looks cool. This looks cool. So how do I get this visualization, right? How do I get this? So I'll just click on my left side of the mouse, and I'll come to save as picture. You click on save as picture, then picture 2, right? We come to our desktop and we save it. So now we come to our table where we saved it. So picture 2 is here. So picture 2 is here, right? Item sum total, and now you have everything. And now you can share it. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So let me try and share this with somebody. Okay, I think I already have WhatsApp open here. All right, a minute. So now let me share with this page and come to my photos and come to where I saved it. That's the file directory, and then come to picture 2 and cast 111. Go to open. All right, go to open. Now you can share it, right? You can share it like this. So there is it for small data sets over here. So let's come to our bigger data sets here. And here we are looking at our countries, our list of countries, and the total refugees assisted by the UN. So to do this, we can't show this on a visualization where we have many duplicates of the name. So we have to either use our SUMIF function to aggregate this and use our unique or removing columns to know the total real countries being affected before we can do any data visualization for this. So if I come here and I select column, okay, so let me come here and insert a pivot table because we are only looking at pivot table, right? We add a label, we are taking it to a new sheet. If you just joined and you are wondering how to add a pivot table, you select any part of the cell of the data to new sheet, you add a label, data model. This data model will help us to manipulate the data. So it will take us to new sheet and over here. So we always use the row over here to display our categorical data. I mean, our quantitative data here. So now we have just 4 countries: Afghanistan, Albania, Algeria, and Angola. And we are looking at the refugees assisted by the commission over here. So in total, 161 were assisted from Afghanistan, 0 was assisted from Albania, Algeria 7,627, and Angola 11,900. And wow. So over here, if we want to visualize this, then we can say, and now let's add the real situation, right? The real situation over here to. So I think the real situation should come first, so we can know the difference, or we can just look at it one after the other as beginners. So we want to visualize this on to communicate our data. Now you're using recommended chart, right? So recommended chart from Excel's intelligence will understand the data you are displaying and give you exactly what you are looking for. But if you're not interested in that, you can change it to from column chart to bar chart, right? So, or you want to use a bar chart over here. If you don't want to use a bar chart, I think with this, we only have 4 countries and you can use a bar chart for that. So let's try bar chart over here. And now with the bar chart, we are looking at sum of refugees assisted by UNHCR. So if I want to add my data labels over here, now let me come to this. And always try to understand the data from this point of view. And if you think this is pretty cool for you, then I think this is cool, right? Because we are just trying to exploit the data. And if you want to further analyze, enhance your visualization, right? So now our data is very interactive, right? Very, very interactive. Very, very interactive. So very, very interactive. So I want to change the color field here for only Angola, right? For only Angola. And now I want this to be colored, right? What I want to do is that I want Angola to be so visible. So we will understand that Angola, many people from Angola were affected, right? So many people from Angola were affected. This will cover the Afghanistan one. Okay. So let me go for Albania here. So now this one has covered Albania's own. You come to this effect, or you come to square series. So we use this part to change the direction of your chart. And here, if you want to split it, you can also use this pi explosion, right? And this will split your data for you. And I can change the position of this. Okay. Let me see how it looks like over here. So you could see that now Albania is missing because Albania is 0, right? Because Albania is what? 0. So now I want to change the color. I want to change this color. You come here and you can choose gradient. gradient, just to tell that this is the largest, right? And if I want to change the name over here, so I can say refugees assisted so 2021 refugees, 2021 refugees assisted by, okay, so let me reduce the font size. Assisted by UN ACR over here. I think it's even here. So now what we can do now is we can choose to change the background of our visualization, right? So no fill over here. So anywhere we can drag our data to, and we can minimize it here. Can minimize it here, right? If we so wish. And now let's remove the background, because we can see that we have some background mark or indication over here, right? We do this at the format tab. You come to shape outline and remove that line from it. Right now, we don't see anything over here. You can drag it and you can save this to a picture, or you can save it as a picture. And you can use it to do any report you want to do, right? We are doing this because some may need it in their research work, in their whatever analysis, and how do you generate the picture from this? And when we come back again, we should have our picture here. So if we want to share this picture too, you can share it anywhere you want it. Right? You can share it anywhere you want it. You can share it anywhere we want it. So now, coming back to our data, let's try and add another pivot table. So we try another type of chart or type of visualization. So let me come to the data again, add a pivot table, and then we are taking it to differentiate, and we are looking at our affected people as our categorical data, and now we are looking at our refugees. We are looking at the real situation on the ground, right? So there's the real situation on the ground. Now, from the real situation on the ground, please can somebody help us to visualize this data? Can somebody help us to visualize this data? Hello? Hello? Please, am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you, boss.
So can you help us to visualize this data? Or we should take it together?
Yes, we can go to the insert to choose to look for the graph to be used.
Okay. Graph to be used. Okay, so the graph. So the graph here. So we are using recommended charts. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, so we'll choose the graph which will be much more clear and understandable to our audience.
Okay.
And for this case, because we have only 4 cases, we can use pie chart because there are not more than 4 labels. Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, like that. And then we can, wow.
Okay. All right. So these are called donut chart, but let's use the bar charts. Okay. So bar chart over here. Okay. Like this. Okay.
Yes, and then we can also decide to add the percentage on each of the slice of the pie chart.
Okay, that's data labels. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but it's much more better to put in percentage.
Percentage. Okay, so the percentage will come here when you want to add an advanced data to this. So many of the features here will give you this indication. So depending on how you want it, all right. So each how you want it would be displayed here. So I think this one is cool, but you can see that this one is overlapping the other. Right. Please, can you figure it out?
I don't know why it is overlapping. Have we mixed the? Maybe we should undo first.
Yeah. All right. So now this is overlapping the other, right? So if you so wish to use this, meaning if you are to use this, Excel may not be the best for you unless you want to add some designs to it, right? So you can see this coming. So you could see that here we want to split the data, but it's not giving us that chance, right? It's not giving us that.
Okay. And what is the reason?
Okay, so the reason is that the data is too so clumsy for bar chart to contain, right? For bar chart to contain. So meaning if you are not an expert to handle this, meaning it's going to give you trouble, right? But if I still want to use the bar chart, you can do it as I'm doing, right? But you can see that the moment I try to drag even the labels out and increase this one, right? Increase this. So this one is Albania, right? And Albania is this. Albania is this. Albania is this. Now, where is Algeria? Where is Algeria? Algeria should be the green color, right? Angola.
Yes.
Algeria is the yellow color.
The yellow color. Okay. So meaning
Yeah, the Algeria.
meaning Albania
There's no
Albania is
Armenia.
this.
Armenia is supposed to be red.
The
So
red.
it's that tiny thing.
That
Yeah, so it's
yes.
yeah.
So meaning that if you're to do something like this, right, and you want to even split your data to look like this, that will enhance interpretation, right? So in this, if we want to design this, we can design it nicely how we want it to look like. But still, it is going to give you an issue, right? It is going to give you an issue. So it is good you go and change this data, this visualization for a more friendly visualization for the data. Please, do you get it? Hello.
Yes, we get it.
All right. So now you come back, you highlight everything here. You come back to insert, and now here, this one didn't help us, so we are not going to use a donor chart now, right? We're not going to use donor chart now. So we are going to look at either a bar chart, right, and see if this chart befits our data we have, right? Befit our data we have. So this caricature thing given us here is because of how we manipulated the previous data, right? How we manipulated the previous data. So this one will give us so many designs or templates, right? And if you so wish you want to use something like this, that is your choice. But always understand that it is communicating clear understanding to even the average person to interpret, right? So you can remove the grid here. You can remove the charts here. So if you want to add a chart, you can add a chart because this will display whatever we are doing here. And the axis, or if you don't need the axis, you can remove the axis. And this axis should have been the names of this over here. But since this one is showing the names themselves here, you can see Albania is showing here, Afghanistan is showing, Angola is showing. So if you want to add this, the axis, right, here, it makes the interpretation some way, right? So in this case, you can choose not to add the names or the axis, the names which are called the axis over here. And if you have something like this, let me remove the background, come to format, come to shape fill, and then no fill, right? No fill like this. So I think we can remove the shape of line, outline, right? So you can have something like this. So anytime you want to use this type of data for any, so let's say, so total affected refugees. Total affected refugees. So if I have a data like this, right, and I want to use this type of data in any reporting, right, I can come back and convert it to a picture. So now we can use this to display the names of the countries. We remove the names of the countries from this column because it is already showing here, and we can see the countries and the total number of people assisted over here. And our data storytelling is giving us that interactivity. So if you point the cursor on any, it is giving you further information about it. Please, do you have any questions so far?
Yes, I just wanted to know the interactivity in the table data. Is it coming automatically or you are setting it with something?
I'm not getting it.
Yes, I'm asking the interactivity of the data. Do you set it or it comes automatically?
it comes automatically. If you configure your table, your analysis wall, it must come automatically. So
Okay.
if it is not coming automatically, then there is an issue with the analysis.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Any question? Any other question?
Not from me.
Okay. So we can call it a day. And now I'll be sharing videos of this week's section from the advanced visualization, when and how to use each chart and why we use that chart from today to Saturday. So Sunday, we will do the entire complete work again.
Okay, thank you. The way you are doing it, it seems like it's very easy and fast, but most of the time when I'm alone and trying to do it, I'm having a little bit.
Yes.
Maybe I need to go back to the notes.
Okay. So now from next week, we will see to it whenever you have anything doing, you just booked right that maybe today I'll sit on this type of project and I'll be on call. You share your screen and we will assist you from here.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. It says so we are waiting for the 6 p.m. Batch or group to join, so we'll take it again.
Come on. Thank you and bye bye.
Okay, so see you on Sunday.
Yes, bye bye.